Straight to the point. If you like Taxi Driver, Mean Streets, hardcore, 70s, 80s, dark city sleazy flicks, films that if they were theater seats, you'd know they'd be sticky. If you like that type of movie, stop watching this video and go watch Vice Squad.
The Hollywood Vice Squad, the real story.
And then come back and finish the video. God damn, man, this was such a good movie. This wasn't even on my list of movies that I wanted to review for this channel, but I watched it last night randomly, and much like the characters in the film, I just had to spread it. The word, that is. It's got overworked cops, wisecracking ladies of the night, neon signs, perverted tricks, smooth black pimps, a sadistic cowboy pimp who steals the goddamn show, cool cars, sweet tunes, an atmosphere so thick it brought a briefcase back to Mary Swanson. Get it? And the plot is so simple. A hooker with a heart of gold works with police to take down a sadistic pimp named Ramrod. I'm going to show you some clips with the intent of whetting your appetite without spoiling too much of the movie if you haven't seen it. But again, just please go watch Vice Squad.
Sergeant, I've been working with this Jamaican accent. Can I use it now?
Yeah. Hey, man, you think I'm a cop?
See this face? See more ass than a cowboy's saddle. Think you could handle me?
Man, I'm gonna tell you again, man, I am a pimp!
Have you ever golden showered? I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything.
Hey,
Blink your eyes, motherfuckers, and you die in the dark.
And I haven't even shown you the best part. Allow me to introduce you to the antagonist of the film, the evil, trashy pimp, Ramrod.
You wanna burn, huh? You wanna burn? I'm the devil, baby.
I love this guy.
You think you can give me what I need, huh?
I don't give nothing.
He might be my second favorite movie pimp of all time.
I know I'm pretty.
Yeah, you can't beat Gary Oldman. I've never seen the actor before, Wings Hauser, cool name, but he nails this role. He beats this role to death with a coat hanger. He smacks this role on the back of the head and flips it down a staircase. He cuts this role's nuts off. And with all due respect to whoever won Best Actor in 1982, with all due respect to Ben Kingsley, Gandhi ain't got shit on Ramrod. I might be the only person who has ever uttered that sentence. He's so sadistic, but captivating and entertaining in a really messed up way, and shockingly competent for a villain. He's kind of like James Bond, but if James Bond was a pimp.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
Or more of a pimp.
I think it's absolutely right.
To give her a good slap?
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Ramrod sings the theme song of the movie.
Somebody just farted in a neon slime.
That's awesome. I don't see Mr. T singing Eye of the Tiger, though I would love that. If you can't tell by my enthusiasm, there is a lot to love about this movie. And maybe one day when I've had more time to reflect on it, I'll give it a proper, not just excited, gushing video analysis. But I do want to give credit to one particular aspect that I think the film does exceptionally well. A lost art, I would argue, when comparing this to a lot of modern cinema. Show, don't tell. And in this movie's case, especially when it comes to character. Now, anyone who watched my long legs video, thank you, they might remember this segment where I gave a shout out to the psychiatrist character who made such a strong impression in such a minimal amount of screen time. Vice Squad has like 10 of those characters. This giant cop losing his shit over missing paperclips. This scuzzy motel operator and her good friend Mr. Wong. Mr. Wong kicks ass. This butler. I'm not gonna spoil it. This pimp and his very supportive friends. All of the Johns and their various perversions. The other hookers. In their brief interactions, they feel like 4 real friends. Like we're hanging out with the women from Sex and the City. only classier. I like Miranda. I don't care what anyone says. And the Vice Squad themselves. You know, they all act differently, they dress differently. There are conversations that take place that are clearly reoccurring subjects for these characters. This is a lived-in world. And we don't get the beginning and the middle and the end of everything. We just get to see these pieces. That's what I mean. This movie isn't telling you about characters. The characters aren't telling you about themselves. They're not even really showing themselves to you. You're just witnessing them. It really feels less, I don't know, carefully constructed. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not meeting character A so that we can get to character B so that plot point C can happen. And I'm not meeting character X because their situation is an allegory for what our protagonist is going through. Like, there's not any of that. There's no monologues, there's no explanations, there's no justifications. I feel like this is a movie that producers would watch now and they would say like, well, that doesn't advance the plot, cut that, and that character serves no purpose and is only there for one line, cut that. But those are the things that make it feel real to me. All of those moments that you don't think are essential to the story, because they're not, it's a simple story, but they're essential to the world. That's what it is. These characters are here briefly. They might not serve a purpose to the plot, but they serve a purpose to the setting. I'm getting worked up now. It's a weird compliment to give for a guy who's so obsessed with storytelling, but I think the reason I love this movie so much is it doesn't feel like I'm being told a story. I'm just sitting in the middle of these characters' lives on one night in this skeezy, sleazy, scummy, neon part of town. And I loved it. Go watch Vice Squad.
Talking about crime,